not forget, right? Let's not forget that. Let's not forget that. You know, there's a world, a very ugly world that exists that you do not witness. You only see the pleasantries, and this gets filtered by your decision over time. You know, where you get to see what you see. You know, there's an expression that says, "Hear no evil, see no evil, be no evil," something like that. You know, so if you teach yourself to not look at these things do not come about. And I still meet some people who, on any channel, it could be, you know, these social medias, right? But if you start scrolling down their feed compared to your feed, you'll see a difference. Some of them show, especially in different geographics, some of them show very, very graphic, explicit content. Too much for the viewer's eyes in some places. So this gets screened out, where maybe you get to see, skits or something about some comical guy or card reading or whatever. But all of this is to screen and give you the best quality and not the immorality which exists. It's very ugly. I've seen it in part, which they do not show for your benefit. Cause this like I said before I got rudely interrupted. I still see people, weak people, mentally, who show videos of executions, and it's to me it's similar to maybe one of those kids growing up in a farm and then they just start killing animals for fun, and they grow up to be like a Michael Myers or a Jason. And it's one of these things that it doesn't get talked about, but it is to prevent the people from receiving trauma. It's very, very graphic behavior, and it belongs in a psych ward, and there's no cure for it. And that's what's happening with the state of Iran, because it's no longer about discussions. After the 60-day period, there's no more talks. You know what I mean? The word has to mean something, and there can't be no back and forth. So, if if destroying their life source is the way, there's gonna be a part that's so ugly. It's gonna be an abomination. I'm talking about. You're gonna probably hear about mothers eating their babies, and these are things that they won't show. It's probably happening now. Who knows? But they won't show that stuff. And raping and selling kids and slavery. All this thing is gonna come about, and it's one of those things that belongs in a psych ward. And there's no cure. So I'd love to see how it gets played out. A new regime definitely has to change, come about. But that whole section involves participation and collaboration with the other states or immediate nearby neighbors. They need to show more loyalty to us and express by design a way to exterminate them or put them in a box where you have the key and the lock, and only you can release it ever if you want after several thousand years or something. But so something to keep an eye out. And yeah, that's what I gotta say. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, because with the whole Iran thing, I don't think we're the type to go back and forth. There's no back and forth. You gave it a 60-day period. Bye. That's the memorandum of understanding. Right. Now it's about to happen. You know what I mean? Now it's action. Now it's got to be like, yo, you didn't get it the first time? Like, look at me doing it while I do it. You know what I mean? There's no words.